Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and if you're joining me on YouTube, this is a live stream. So if I'm talking to chat or otherwise distracted, that's par for the course. We're continuing on from where we left off. This is still July 4th, the day that I am streaming this, and we have a special task that we've set ourselves out to do, in that we can only use American-designed arms in this day. So we've been using a couple ADARs. Now we're using an M4. Because this M4 has made it through a couple times successfully, we went ahead and modded it up a little bit, so we got it a better buffer tube and stock, which, by the way, I do have to ensure before I forget, which is not going to let me do while it's in my hands. So we're going to go ahead and take it out of my hands. This is somewhat annoying, the fiddly UI here. Easiest thing to do is just do it from there. Go to ensure. It will ensure both parts that I need to ensure. So it ensures both the buffer tube and the stock, because the stock is attached to the buffer tube. So by upgrading, where you should have a little bit extra recoil reduction, not a lot, but just every little bit helps. And if this rifle makes it through again, we'll mod it up a little bit. So every time it's successful for us, it'll get just a little bit more love. Okie dokie. Let's grab ourselves, oh, well, first let's get rid of the Pilgrim pack and grab ourselves a Scav backpack. And we are more or less ready to go. So let's escape yet again. All right. Shoreline, because we still have an ongoing quest here. Going to be 2 p.m. so that we can see what we're doing, because 2 a.m. would be very dark. Oh, we need to repair. Oops. I got a little shot up in the last run, so I need to repair my vest here. Yeah, this is fine. I don't care if it takes a little bit of durability hit. We're up to 40 from 30. Alright, now that we've stitched that back together, shoreline 2 p.m., that's fine. Okay, check our list. Medicals, check. Weapon with ammo, check. We have extra ammo in our box. Armor, check. Everything that we want insured is insured, check. Okay, here we go. There'll probably be a decent player population on this run because the time of day it is. In-game and in real life. He's still a little hot, so we'll wait on that. I don't think I've ever used the stock before, so this is going to be new. The sight, this is the first time I'm really using it in combat today, but we did a couple runs with it. I think I like it. I like the ACOG sight. It's not ideal for really close ranges, but you can hip fire, I guess, if you really need to. And we could use our matches to get us a secondary sight if we're really concerned about it, because we do have a rail on the top of our handguard. So we could do a canted sight. So maybe if this thing survives another run, we'll give it a canted sight for the really close ranges. So what's left, we have to kill 4 more scavs while wearing the armor that we have. And we have to get 3 more MRE. If it comes down to it, I'll just buy the MRE. Hopefully they're not overly inflated prices-wise. I know eventually I'd be able to get the MREs, but I also want to get through Peacekeeper's quest line. And I don't want MREs hold me up on that. I already have 2, but I need 3 more. Total of 5. So, I mean, we've been looting the right places to get them, but it's a little bit rarer to get MREs versus, like, Lunchbox, for example. And even Lunchboxes aren't necessarily super common because they're worth quite a bit. It's also a good item to pick up, both MREs and Lunchbox, because not only does it give you food, but it gives you hydration, which is something that's a little less common with a lot of food items. As a matter of fact, a lot of food items will actually hurt your hydration. So if you're gut shot, a Lunchbox can save your life. And I've actually had people who have told me that that's exactly what has happened. And for those of you that are newer to the game, when you get gut shot, you lose hydration very fast. All your fluids leak out, more or less. It's like a cartoon. So yeah, you have to hydrate up. Okay. This would have been a lovely spawn for the time that we had to drop that thing off of the truck. This is not a good spawn really for a lot of other circumstances, because there's going to be a lot of players in just about every direction. It's going to be kind of hard to avoid them, but we'll do our best. Okay, sight. Make sure we're on single shot for the longer range shooting. Okay, so this is my strategy. Probably not the smartest thing in the world to do, because we're kind of out in the open. But I guess I'll go out on this ridge. But I'm going to follow a course that I kind of assume nobody would follow. Now, I will admit, when I was first learning this map, my favorite course was just to follow this road up and down. Maybe not the smartest path now that I know the map better. But back then, this was quite a while ago. That's the course I would always take. The downside of that is if you're on that road, I mean, man, people can see you. So, again, probably not the wisest thing for me to have done, but that's how I learned the map, more or less. Like, usually with me, because I don't have a very good sense of direction, what I try and do is I like to take a map a little at a time. So what I did is I learned the road and what was on that road first. And I would just like, okay, if I can get to the road, I know how to get to the 2 extracts, because both the extracts that you could have are on this road, right? One way or the other, you follow this road far enough, you're going to get out. So that's the strategy I used. Again, not saying it's the best strategy, but it helped me not get lost. Now that I know the map better, I know where roughly I am. There are parts I can get lost on just because the only landmarks you have are trees and things. But eventually you learn the maps and you figure it out. On some of the other maps, what I would usually do is I'd ride the wall more or less. So I'd keep the wall to one side and I'd just go, oh, I wanted to check what extract I have. I think the tunnel one makes the most sense, yeah. Tunnel it is. Well, the shortest path as the crow flies would be to follow that road that way. But that's the one that will most likely get me killed, especially early in the raid. So I'm going to take the path of lesser resistance. We're not here to kill players, although that would be nice if we got one. We're here to kill scavs, and the armor that I have costs a lot of money. So going after players is kind of a waste of those resources, because if I die, I'm going to have to buy the resources again so that I then again can go out and try and kill scavs. So let's focus on the mission at hand. If players present themselves in a position where I can kill them, great. If they don't, that's okay too. Now, I do have a quest on this map to kill players, but it's very specific circumstances. I have to wear a balaclava, and I have to have a scav vest. Those are not ideal with the weapons loadout I have. Because a scav vest, it just doesn't really have a lot of room in it. It's hard to carry magazines. You can carry like 1 extra magazine. Not really ideal. Balaclava, that's easy enough, because you can wear armor and stuff still with that on, so that's not too big of a detriment. And honestly, with that setup, you could wear armor, but you'd have to set yourself up with a weapon, like a bolt-action rifle or something like that, that would do better. I also don't know where a good place to, like, if I had a bolt-action rifle, as an example, where would be a good place to snipe on this map? I really don't know. That I can guarantee getting player kills. I really don't know. Because I don't know, that's not something I'm really excited to do. It is the other half of the quest I'm working on, though. The quest with the knives and the kill scavs with a shotgun. So it's something I'm going to eventually try and do, but it starts to get into that realm of a quest that I don't think is very fun. So I'm not really sure I'm all that excited to do it. I'm just checking here cautiously because I know this is a spawn point. Like, somebody can literally spawn right here. So I have to be careful. But there's a grenade box here. We're going to try and loot that. Somebody did spawn here. They probably already looted it, but not guaranteed that there's going to be a spawn here. Smoke grenade. Completely useless, but we'll take it with us. We'll put that in our... Oh, no, wait. We can't use it because it's not American designed. No! So I put it in my lockbox just so I don't use it on accident. because of our stipulations for this playthrough, we can't use anything that's not American design. That's not an American grenade, so we can't use it. There are American grenades in this game, but that's not one of them. I also have a quest to turn in those grenades, so I probably wouldn't have used it anyway, but... Okay. So we're just gonna go to the north here. I'd like to look for that. That's good. And hello there, Estrella. Nice to see you. But they said, kill a player with a spoon while wearing a ballet dress. Now you're making me think of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Alan Rickman, his line. I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon! If you haven't seen that movie, I recommend it. It's kind of a hammy movie. But Alan Rickman, he puts in a performance like he always does. And hello there, Gigao. Or Gigao, sorry. I'm trying to learn the French pronunciations, and I probably still butchered it. I never learned French in school. Yeah. A spoon is duller, it would hurt more. I've seen that movie a lot. We had that on VHS as a kid. You hear gunshots, but it's like suppressed and very, very faint. You guys probably couldn't hear it at all. As a matter of fact, that was one of the few legit movies we had. I've told this story before, but when I was a kid, I watched a lot of movies because I was home alone a lot because both my parents worked. And what we did is back then we had cable television in the early days. And that was, at the time, they only had a few premium movie channels. And what they would often do is on weekends, not every weekend, but on set weekends, they would have free movies. And what we would do is we would just record everything that was on Showtime, Cinemax, whatever. We would record them and put them on VHS tape. So I would say 80 to 90% of the VHSs we had were that. In theory, bootlegs, right? I'll take it, but it's not really worth a whole lot. But I think that was one of the few movies that we actually had bought from a store. There was that, and I think Dances with Wolves. I guess we had a Kevin Costner thing going there. And back then, the movie channels actually showed really good movies. Like, that's how we got Terminator. The first Terminator was from that. I guess we would also record stuff we got from the rental store, too. Because I think we did that with Total Recall. I think we rented Total Recall from the store, and then we recorded it, I think. I could be mistaken on that, because I don't think we had 2 VCRs. I don't think so. Maybe we did. I don't remember. One of the things I do remember we had, and this is really like if you're older like me, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But we had a separate triple rewind machine. So it was just a little thing like the size of like an answering machine or something like that, right? And all it did was rewind a tape real fast. It was kind of like not the greatest idea to use that thing though, because it rewound it so fast. I think you could actually damage the tape with it. But yeah, we had one of those. But I don't know if we ever had 2 VCRs so that we could record one off the other. And I know we record stuff off of TV, but you only need 1 VCR to do that. And then because I was home alone a lot, I would watch the same movies over and over again. I'm not sure if I could really do that as much as an adult, but back when I was a kid, I could just watch the same movie over and over and over and over again. I've probably seen Big Trouble in Little China 1,000 times. Which is my favorite movie, by the way. Yeah, see, the funny thing is, same thing with me. We had episode 4 and 6 on VHS. It was years and years before I saw the first one. Oh, well, no, not episode 4 through 6. I had 5 and 6. It was years and years before I saw A New Hope. So I watched Empire Strikes Back and I watched Return of the Jedi over and over and over again, but I never watched A New Hope until, I don't know, I would want to say maybe the late 90s. Or maybe even the early 2000s. Like, it might have, like, episode 1 might have come out by the time I finally saw A New Hope. So it's kind of funny to think of it like that. Oh, he's already dead. So somebody's been... Oh, hello. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. Run, run, run. I can't run. Shit. Shit. I accidentally dropped when I tried to run. I saw the dead body and I was like, uh-oh, somebody's here. Bap. Whoops. I was so set in looking at the sniper scav, I wasn't looking around. Oh, the Grinch stole Christmas today. Bastard. I just set up that M4 too. Oh, he's gonna have a nice M4 for himself. But yeah, I've seen Empire Strikes Back a lot because of that. That's like my favorite Star Wars movie. I also like Return of the Jedi. A lot of people give flack for Return of the Jedi, and I understand why. But I watched that movie a ton when I was a kid, and I loved it back then. So I still kind of have a soft spot for it in my heart, even though there are some issues with it. Mainly the Ewoks. But I like it. I mean, everything else about it I like. I like the dramatic confrontation between Vader and Skywalker at the end. Sorry, spoilers. I know it's a movie that's been out for a long time, but if you haven't seen it, spoilers there. There's a confrontation between Vader and Luke Skywalker. Very surprising that that happens, but it does happen. All right. Well, I wanted to try out a different weapon set anyway. So let's give that a go. We do have to buy the armor because that's part of the quest. We got a little caught out there. Whoops. Yeah, we got a peacekeeper. I almost have him leveled up all the way. I just need to get through the quest line. I haven't seen the newer ones, the Disney ones. I'm not sure how much I want to watch those. I think I can buy an M1A. Yeah, there's one. It's going to cost me a fair penny, but I think I already have some ammo for it. Let's give it a try. I've never fired one of these before. I never used one before. I already have another one, but I'm going to try a stock one first before we mess around with it. See how good a stock one is, and then go from there. I don't know how much allowance we have for mods. I think we could maybe fit a scope right here. It looks like it. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're going to need the armor. And then we're going to need mags. I'm fairly certain I can buy those. Buy the armor, because we know we're going to need it. Come on. Here's my dollaritos. Magazines. There they are. We'll buy 3. That should do us. I'm not sure how much more ammo I'm going to have to buy. Let's just buy a stack of 60, maybe. I think M80 is the only thing I can buy right now. M80 I don't think is that bad, though. So we'll buy that. Is a stack of 60? Well, I guess this is a way to find out. Stacks is 40. Okay. Good to know. Alright. We need a rig. I mean, I have rigs laying around, but they're full of stuff. Let's just buy a rig. That doesn't really... Makes things nice and quick and smooth. So we'll go to Ragman and buy just a basic black rock. That'll do. Didn't already pass it, did I? No, I didn't. That's all we need. Okay, black rock, couple mags. Where'd the third one go? There it is. Rifle. And we're more or less set once we have this thing loaded up with ammo. So we'll stick 20 in there. 40 in there. And then I'm going to have to see how much ammo I have in my thing. I think it's in this one. No. There it is. Okay, so I've got 28 extra rounds there. Put one in the rifle. And then we got a stack of 40 that we can put in our lockbox. We can save the M855A1, which goes there. Where am I putting the A1? Here. Okay, we're gonna have to move this around a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna need to move things into that other ammo box because it's getting kind of full here. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't really... I don't know how popular of an opinion this is, but I just really don't do modern Disney movies. There's a lot of classic Disney movies that I really like, but I don't really care for modern Disney. What was that movie? It was like the... Tomorrowland, I think it was called, or something like that. I watched like the first 40 minutes of that, and it made me want to throw up, so I just stopped watching. Disney just has this, I don't know. Just doesn't really appeal to me anymore. Which is fine, I'm not the audience for it. Yeah, it looks like we have a rail right here, so we could stick a scope or something on this later. Oh, we got stuff I have to examine, huh? Probably the stock as well. Let's just get that knocked out of the way so we don't have to worry about it. Yeah, that's true. Directors do make a big difference. Also, I guess producers to a certain extent, at least with modern movies. Like, one of the biggest problems... Okay, so... I'm more into older movies. Like, in particular, a lot of the people that know me on Discord, so, you know, that's people in this chat right now, Ursi and what have you, they know that I'm really into the 80s. And I watch a lot of 80s movies. Like, if there's a science fiction, in particular science fiction, if there's a science fiction movie that was made in the 80s, if I haven't seen it, I need to see it. It's on my list of things that I need to see, because I've seen a lot of it. And I've seen stuff that you probably never heard of. So I've seen a lot of movies, and I'm a big movie guy, too. But I don't... Modern movies just don't do it for me anymore, and a lot of it is just... There's too many... It's too much boardroom nonsense getting involved in movies nowadays. There's too many cooks and you know, involved. Oftentimes you have like a dozen writing credits. You have a bunch of producers involved in movies. It gets ridiculous anymore. And I think a lot of that is one of the reasons why I just can't do movies anymore. It's too many cooks involved, and it's really hard to make a product that I could stand behind because of that. You don't have a set vision, so the movies tend to, like, just be a mess. Alright. I think we're pretty much good. I mean, we have the medicals already set. The rifle I insured just because it cost me a lot of money, but it's not really modded up or anything. Yeah, I think we're pretty much good to go. I don't know how this rifle is going to behave. From what I've heard... ergonomics can be a real problem for this rifle, so we'll have to see how it does for us. But I have hopes that we'll do all right. The cartridge that we're firing has good stopping power and decent penetration, so that should be good. We don't have a scope on it, but I'd like to see what the iron sights are like before we start adding scopes. So this rifle has to make it through a run. We'll mod it up afterwards. All right. Let's go back to Shoreline. Let's go early morning, because it will start getting light fairly soon. And we might be able to get into a good position and not get sniped like we did last time. Now, granted, I saw the dead scav, and I immediately started saying, uh-oh, in my brain. I just didn't react fast enough. I should have gotten, like, cover and tried to see what was going on there. But that guy had good reaction, man. He bought me. Good on him. I mean, I was up at the top of a hill, so it's kind of easy to see me. Maybe not the best approach to that direction, but I wanted to make sure I saw the sniper scav nice and good before we got involved. Well, one of my big things, too, is, and I know this is kind of like a rant that's not really related to what we're talking about, but one of the things I really don't like is that there's a set canon and that I have to accept these other movies in the canon of the movies that I like. Like, I don't care about these other Star Wars movies, so, oh, I'm right up against the coast. It's a little darker than I thought it was going to be, so I apologize for that, but it's the sun's coming up. It will get light as we go. Like, for example, Terminator. Like, why can't I just accept the events that happen in Terminator 1 and, 2, depending on whether you like 2? Why do I have to worry about Terminator 3, 4, 5, whatever, however many Terminators there are? Those movies are crap. I think most people don't worry about that, though. Most people just go, well, everything after Terminator 2, let's just ignore that. But it seems like that oftentimes is the case with these movie series, is that, like the Alien movies is another example. I like Alien 1 and 2. Can I just focus on what happened in those movies? Oh, wow, the ping is really high right now. Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the butt. Okay, it's calmed down now. I mean, I thought Alien 3 was all right, I guess. It's been a long time since I watched it. I think the biggest thing that I didn't like about Alien 3 was the beginning. Because they more or less took what happened in Alien 2 and just told you, oh, you liked what happened at the end of Alien 2? Well, F you. We're just going to make everybody that was involved in that dead. And, tough shit. I mean, come on, guys. Yeah, I have not seen Prometheus. I've heard mixed feelings on Prometheus. I think most people tend to say that Prometheus was bad, but I've heard people that say it was all right. I think like the general consensus of what I've heard about Prometheus is it would be an all right movie if it wasn't attached to aliens, or the Alien trilogy, or quadrilogy, or quintilogy, or whatever we're on now. Oh, wow. Big earthquake in California, Leo's saying. Yeah. I do hope everybody is all right. Okay. A little idea of what the irons are like. Not sure how many active players are going to be on this map because of the time we picked. Yeah, I agree with that. I've long been of the opinion that some things are better not explained. Especially when you're talking about something that's scary, right? What's important is it's scary, not that you know how it works. As a matter of fact, a lot of the crappy movies try and over-explain things. Like, a good example of that is The Thing, right? You don't know what the hell The Thing is. You kind of have a rough idea of how it got there. But all you know is, I think it was like a Norwegian team found it. You can assume that they found it in the ice. They found it in the ice. It wreaked havoc there, and then it got on the other base, which is what we see the events of unfold. But you don't have any clue what it is. It could be an extraterrestrial. It could be something that had been in the ice for thousands of years. You have no idea, and honestly, it's better that you don't know. Because you leave it to the audience's imagination. But modern movies don't want you to have an imagination. They feel like that's one of the things, the reasons why I don't like modern movies is because they treat you like an idiot. They feel like if they leave it up to you to decide on what's going on, then they've done it wrong. That like, oh, well, this guy's a moron. He won't be able to figure out what's going on for himself. We better tell him. And if ever you do that, then I think you're going about it the wrong way. You shouldn't think of your audience as a bunch of morons. I mean, and that's the thing. I feel like a lot of modern movies are insulting to my intelligence. It's okay. You can have a dumb movie that doesn't really have much thinking involved. Like, one of my favorite movies, I like a lot of the Arnold movies, but Commando. There's no thought required for Commando. Big buff dude goes and shoots a bunch of other dudes. That's really, I mean, there is a plot to it, right? You know, his daughter gets kidnapped or whatever. But it's just like Taken, right? You have the setup for the action, but after that, it doesn't really matter. It's just big dude is gonna, you know, he's gonna do a bunch of action-y things, and it's gonna be, you know, a dumb action fun time. That's fine and everything. But don't insult my intelligence. Well, Kindergarten Cop was funny. It's interesting because Arnold was one of those guys that wouldn't mind, like he's an action star, right? He wouldn't mind doing a comedy. In my opinion, Kindergarten Cop is probably his most successful of his comedies. You could argue that Twins was okay too. He's had some failures in that regard, but at least he was willing to take that risk to do a comedy. And then Stallone tried to follow suit with Stop or My Mama or Shoot, I think was the name of it, which was an absolute travesty. And there's a rumor that Arnold baited him into that. Now this is purely a rumor, but at the time, Arnold and Stallone were at the height of their rivalry. And the rumor is that Arnold put out word that he had read the script and was really interested. So Stallone took the role so that Arnold couldn't have it, and to compete with Arnold. That's the rumor. And Arnold laughed his ass off because he knew the movie was going to be bad. That's the rumor. Now, whether or not any of that's true, you know, is what it is. But then Arnold was in that, what was it, Mr. Junior or Mr. whatever, the one where he gets pregnant? I don't remember the name of it. I never watched it, but I think that was not really necessarily the wisest move. So if Arnold was such a good judge of scripts, why was he in that movie? Oh yeah, Junior. That's what it was called. I knew it was Junior something. I'm probably thinking of the that movie with Vin Diesel. What was that one called? Mr. Nanny or something? Which was also a mistake for Vin Diesel. Okay, so we're technically taking the same route that got us killed last time. We're going to slow roll it a little bit more, though. Tooth Fairy? Oh, that could have been another movie he was in. Oh, wow. That sun is right where we need to look. Let's approach it from a different angle so we're not looking right into the sun. Yeah, I forgot Vin Diesel was in that, too. Ah, okay. The earthquake was around the Mojave Desert. Okay. So a less populated area. That's good. Unfortunately, I can't really look at the news right now, but thanks for the heads up, guys. That's just a tree, I think. We had an earthquake here that I think was like a 4.0, something like that, which is rare for this location. We don't really get earthquakes all that often. I didn't feel a thing though, and I don't think there was really any damage. At least I don't think so. Maybe some power outages, perhaps. But we get power outages when it rains, so it didn't affect our area. But I think I heard something like there might have been power outages in other areas in my city. But yeah, it's really rare for us to get earthquakes. We get tornadoes, but not earthquake. I've never really, I have had to go down in the basement. Not that I'm aware of, Leo. I don't think it's a fault line. Which is why it's so rare for us to get earthquakes. And when we do, they're usually very mild to the point you don't even know they happened. I don't think the sniper scav is there, but it's kind of dark and kind of hard to make out. But I scanned it pretty good there. He could still be up there on the other side, though. Maybe it's the fracking. I won't rule it out. Okay, we got through here. But, you know, as you saw there, this is a dangerous area because it is it is kind of a crossroads. You have the 3 crossroads on shoreline because there's a river down the middle. So somebody can camp out that area and get some player kills if they want to. I'm not saying that guy camped out the area because I think that body he killed, the sniper, was fairly fresh. He just happened to be looking in the right direction when I crested the hill. But like I've never like seen like really serious damage due to tornadoes. I mean, I've seen like trees get blown over and maybe a power line gets knocked down or something, but I've never really seen like, you know, the movie Twister, like nothing like that. I mean, there have been times where we've had to, you know, go down the basement or what have you. But again, nothing really serious happened. I'm not saying that nothing happened anywhere in the state I live in, but just like where I was, nothing really ever happened. Outside of it just being, you know, really stormy and rough for just a period. Well, a few of the Fallout games take place in around that area, I think. I know I'm trying to remember. I know the second one takes place in California. I don't know about the first one. The first one I don't remember. That one I'm going to have to think about, but I'm fairly certain the second one takes place in California, although it might just be Northern California. It's been a while since I've played Fallout 1 and 2. I played a little bit of New Vegas, not very much, though. I played a lot of Fallout 3. But I've heard good things about New Vegas. Okay, AK. I'll just stick that there for now. Junk. It's all right. Put that down there. Junk. All right. Good enough. Yeah, now we're starting to look a little lighter here. It'll be light fairly soon. Time goes by fast in this game. So as much as we started at like 5 in the morning and it was dark, it really does pass fast. It's not quite a second equals a minute in this game. I think maybe it's more like 10 seconds equals a minute, but time goes by pretty quick. You can be in a raid for a few hours fairly easily. Which is why, like, if you're at like 7 p.m. or something, it might not be the best idea if you don't want nightfall to happen, because if you're in a raid long enough, it will happen. Usually it doesn't get really dark until about, I'd say 10 p.m. Vodka makes time fly. Well, maybe that's the Russian perception of time. Through the use of vodka. Now, there could have been a scav that spawned near those boxes, but no luck in that regard. And I don't think there was one on the sniper rock this time. So we're just going to go into the village and see what we can make out of that. We had some pretty good action in the village that one time, so I'm hoping we can, you know, replicate that here. Okay, let's go to spin tires. Get our box. No whammy, no whammy. That's not bad. That's not bad. Looks like we had another rifle, so we'll fold this sucker up. Put it in there, and then pick that up. Our loot's been pretty good so far. Go inside here and see what we get. I don't think I'm going to loot that this time. Our loot's been fairly decent. We can loot this one in here. Not anything I'm particularly looking for in that box. I don't think car batteries spawn in these things. I do need one more car battery for a quest. So it would be nice to pick those up. I don't think they're super common on this map, though. Let's move this up here. Nothing in there. Potentially ammo in here. Junk. Junk. I'll take the PS ammo. Not necessarily the best ammo, but not necessarily the worst. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that by. Alright, let's go to the main village here. I'm hoping at this point anybody that spawned in the village proper has moved on. But we'll keep our eyes out. I know this area fairly well, and I know the signs of somebody being there. If they have been there. Don't think I've heard any gunshots yet. But that doesn't mean there's nobody here. Sometimes people are very quiet. Or they have a suppressed gun and they're far enough away you don't hear it. Alright, let's clear the house. Looks okay. Nothing on the bed spawn. Check the toolbox. Crap. Alright. Although the good traits for the matches have kind of gone by the wayside, so not sure how valuable those are anymore. Got some toilet paper. Ooh, gunpowder. That's kind of a rarish item to the point that I think I put that here. Let's do that. Pliers, nails. Alright. Moldy toilet paper. You see how gross that stuff was? Oh, I didn't do the jacket. Do that real quick. Cigarettes that aren't really worth anything. Alright. You do get experience for just searching stuff, too. So. That's nice. You want to avoid a run-through penalty. Looting a lot, even if you don't pick up much. Does help. Although ideally you get a couple kills. Although kills really don't contribute that much to experience, comparatively speaking. If you do a lot of looting, you can get like 700 experience real easy. Kills only give you about 100 apiece. Now you could get streaks for killing a bunch, and you could get a bonus for getting headshots. Ooh, a bit of lag there. Which is nice, but... Okay, clear the house. I don't know what to expect from the recoil of those guns, so we'll have to figure that out once we do some shooting. Let's move the toilet paper and stuff up here. We'll make that a keybind. Raid, don't care. I didn't check this, did I? Could do use an extra splint. Beverages, which is a little bit of a problem because I took a look at my hydration. It's a little low. Oh, those are good cigarettes and blue tape. Blue tape's pretty valuable because there's some trades you can do with it. You need a lot of it to get the trade to work, but as a result, people will pay good money for blue tape if you're willing to sell them on the flea market. Okay, we got to dial in here. Just listen for a second. I don't hear any steps. Got chocolate bar. Okay. It's good. Sure we're clear here before we loot. Okay. Nothing. Maybe somebody's already come through here. Okay, that kind of says no. Just listening. Nothing on the shelves. This is where we're gonna get plexiglass. So I always look on the shelves. Plexiglass is worth quite a bit because you can trade those for face shields, so people always want them. So you can do a lot of trades for them. That's why I like this run through the village, because sometimes I pick up 2 or 3 plexiglass. Oh, there's a lunchbox, which is the Russian MRE. Cabs can come up and down that road, so just checking it out. Another toilet paper. You know, it's been a very toilet papery day today. Not sure what the game's trying to tell me there. We'll pick up the corrugated hose. Those are usually sell for a good amount. Can't a raid there. No plexiglass, but that's okay. See what's in here. Weapon, Saiga 9. I don't know if that's worth picking up. I mean, we could fold it and try and stick it in here, but I think that's going to be more trouble than it's worth. Nada. So we're full up on loot. Now we just need to get some kills, huh? We'll go to Scav Island, see if we can get maybe some snipes. And then if we don't find anything there, I'm going to go into the village proper and see what we can find there. This should be our extract too. Let's see. Yeah, tunnel. I was kind of hoping we'd find a beverage along the way because my hydration was kind of dropping off there. But if something bad happens, we're close enough to our extract that we can get out. Like if we get our legs all busted up or something. Okay, so sometimes there's a scav that patrols on top of this hill, so I'm just looking for him. Don't see it. That is a dude, is it not? Let's close the distance. Keep the fire truck on the other side. Because I'm not sure with these iron sights how good my shot's going to be, so we're going to get nice and close and plug him. Oh. I think I got him. I don't know if that was the same guy or not. We have to be prepared here. That's the guy that patrols on top of the hill. But there might be another. I saw a guy by that fire truck. I might have lost sight of him, and it might have been that same guy. I think that was the same guy. I don't see a guy here. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's go loot his ass. If we can find where his body went. There it is. What do you have, my friend? 153. Search your bag. Nothing. Search your pockets. Okay. I don't really want the 153. It may sell for more than the weapon I have. Let's go ahead and top off our mag while we're not really doing a whole lot. Okay, 1 kill. Oh, another dude right there. Hit him. There he goes. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of these iron sights, but they've gotten me kills, so... Let's do another reload here. Not that we're firing off that many rounds. I'm gonna go hide in a bush for a second. We did fire a couple shots there, so I don't want anybody to come and kill me while I'm doing stuff. That's kind of what I've been looking for, though, is just stopping power. And this will have that in spades. These rounds do 80 damage apiece. If I get a chest shot, that will kill somebody. As long as they don't have armor. And even then, the round has good armor penetration. Now, it could be better. M80 isn't the best ammo that this gun could have. That's what I can buy. Readily, that anyway. Alright, we'll go ahead and take a look at this guy. There may be scavs on Scav Island, so I have to be a little careful. Not often you see many scavs on this road. Like nearby the extract. That used to be something that was very common. Go ahead and take his pistol. Search his pockets. He has something in there. Nuts. Nothing. Might be the back side that has a scav. There's also a green box here I might want to search. Although it does expose my back to action. So I think there's a green box somewhere. Ah, there it is. These can have juice in them, and I kind of need some beverage. I'm not going to go on Scav Island. That's good ammo. And that's a good, better pistol than that. I'd rather have the BT over the PS. Even though it's less of it, it's the better round, so... I'm trying to stockpile the better ammunition. I had a pretty good stockpile, but I blew through that when we did that more wild factory run. And the best ammo in Tarkov for the AK-74 series is like 600 rubles a piece. And that's a shot. If you buy it off the market, that is. I'm not sure. You probably have to do some quests to unlock it. Otherwise, keep eyes forward here until we know there's a scav back there. But I think we're going to be clear. 2 scavs is alright. But I kind of want to get this quest over with. How do I want to approach this? Maybe go to the power station, see if we can pick off some scavs from a distance. And if that doesn't prove fruitful, go back into the village and see if we can do some house-to-house fighting. I kind of don't like these sights for that, though. The thing I'm starting to notice is that front post is really wide. And it's kind of easy to lose your enemy at range in that. You just really don't have a good video game sight picture. So I think I'm going to want to stick a scope on this after we're done here. Now, I wouldn't mind, if we don't find anything at the power station, I wouldn't mind extracting and just upgrading the M1A here. Alright, I think I see the scav. We're going to get close, though. This is going to be a tough shot to pull off. 100 yards, meters. Would be ideal. He was over on that one corner. Now he'll walk around. It's really hard to make anything out from this distance. I'm also not 100% sure on where to hold the sight. I assume at the top of the post. I see him. Let's lay down. I can't see him through the grass. This is going to be a tough shot to do without a scope. Got him. Oh, did we get enough scabs there? Must have killed more than I thought. I thought we had 4 to go. There, we got him. Let's get out of here. Not a bad little run there. Yeah, I think I'm going to like the M1A. I've been really looking forward to getting it. I had to get Peacekeeper to the right level to have it be available. And once I get these quests done, I think I only have one more quest to do. I'll have him to level 4, which is nice. I mean, he has more quests than that, but I only need one more to get him to the right reputation level. It wasn't, I think, a bad shot, considering how far it was. It's good you have the quest letting you know you killed him, too. That's one of the good things about a quest. When you have just that one kill left, you know when you got it, because the quest goes bloop and lets you know, hey, you just completed a quest. Because otherwise, you don't get really any feedback in this game in raid. And the way that the data, it gives you data at the end, you don't know, like, you'll know how much damage you did throughout the raid, but you won't know who that damage applied to. Like, it will say, oh, you hit 10 shots and you did this much damage, but you don't know how that damage was divided. That could have been all on, like, mostly one guy, and then everybody else you one-shot killed. So you really don't know how efficient you are most of the time, unless you only kill one dude. Then you can go, oh, well, clearly it all applied to that one guy because I only killed one guy. Okay, we still have to be vigilant here because another player may be extracting or a player scav. Now, one thing I did not know, I thought you had to go over there for the extract, but you can actually go off on this other branch, which is nice. It's a little bit better cover, perhaps. There we have it. All right, quest almost done. I have to do the MRE part, but I think I'm just going to buy them and be done with it so we can move on to the next quest. And dispense more freedom. That's what we're here to do. But we can get rid of this dumb UN stuff, or we don't have to buy it anymore. I mean, I guess we can keep it around, but we don't have to buy it anymore, which is nice, because that would drain my bank account. Well, Peacekeeper better pay me some good dollars, because I spent quite a lot of my dollars trying to do this damn quest. Alrighty. Got only 3 kills this raid, so I must have gotten more kills at another time than I thought. Oh well, I'll take it. So we did 486 damage. We fired 8 times and we hit 7, so really good accuracy there. We killed 3. Although none of those were headshots. Our longest distance kill was 153.32 meters, which is the sniper scav, because I guarantee you the other 2 kills were not that far. Okay. There's our experience. So as you can see here, we only got 350 experience from killing scavs, but we got 615 from the items that we looted. And then we got another 300 for escaping. So most of our experience came from other sources. Now, if you get a lot of kills and you consistently get headshots, in theory, you could get more experience there, especially if you don't do a whole lot of looting. But just checking the dead bodies will give you some experience, which will come into your looting experience. So, that's why it's oftentimes good to check the bodies that you kill, even if you don't take anything, because you will still get experience for doing so. At least I think that's how it works. That's how it used to work. Alrighty, so we got a bunch of stuff to sell. We've got some more management to do with our inventory here. Before we do that, though, I want to look in the flea market at how am I even going to get rid of the stuff that's on my person? Probably going to have to do this a little at a time. Maybe sell the hose, because I don't think the hose has really a trade going. Let's see. Yeah, no trades. So we can get rid of that. So we'll just stick that there, and all I need to do is I need to move over enough room to get the grizzly in my pack, and then I can see about the MREs. So let's go ahead and trade. If I remember correctly, the hose sells pretty well. About 7 grand. I mean, maybe that's not the best use of your space, but it gives a little money in our pocket. All right, what else do we want to get rid of here? The lunchbox, I don't think it has any trades for it. I'll double check that. Yeah, we can get rid of that. That gives us enough room for the grizzly and the pack, and then we can move other stuff around. All right. So that's the therapist. I'm pretty sure she's the only one that buys it. That's about 5 grand. So again, not bad. Okie dokie. So go ahead and see about those MREs. So come over into the flea market. Get rid of these already filtered things. MRE. Okay, so Han Solo here is trading 4 cigarettes, which I don't have. Wow, these sell for a lot, man. And this is a great example of what I was talking about. People know quest items, or what quest items there are, and they inflate the hell out of the prices. But I'm not going to sit around here and wait too long, so I'm going to go ahead and purchase this one. We'll buy this one when it comes unlocked. We'll buy this one. This blows through a lot of my cash, but I really just don't want to have to work at this one too much. I mean, we had multiple opportunities of picking up MREs, and we didn't find any. They're kind of rarer items. You know, I should have checked before I did that to make sure I had the... Do I have to find them in raid? Yeah, you can find them. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, purchase that. All right. Trade. Peacekeeper. Pass. Turn in. Boop. What does he give me as a reward? He just gives me money. Faster doesn't give me nearly as much money as I spent on this quest, but he gives me money, so that's all right. We get some experience as well. So we'll complete that sucker. And this opens up 2 more quest lines. So we got the Cult, Part 1. And I already know where this dude is, so this is going to be an easy one. What is this one? Kill 15 scavs at shoreline with 12 gauge shotgun shots. Shotgun headshots. All right. Interesting. So we should probably switch to a shotgun for our future runs. All right, I've got shotguns laying around, so that's not going to be too hard to do. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at getting the quest reward. Peacekeeper. Prepper, you don't have anything for me? Yeah, you're still... $800. Thank you very much. All right. So now we have a lot of inventory cleaning to do. So we're more than likely going to want to run with a shotgun. I have a couple sitting around. Now, as per the rules of today, it has to be an American design. So I've got at least 3 870 shotguns just laying around. So I have this one that's pretty highly kitted out. And then I have a little short one right there. And I got this one I got from a quest, which is also fairly kitted out. Nice little stubby shotgun. I don't want to know what the recoil on this sucker is. 286, 358 versus what is this one? This one's probably going to be real bad because it's not got a whole lot going for it. I'm kind of curious to try that stubby shotgun because I'm sure it's going to be ridiculous. There's 183, 234. So it kind of gives you kind of perspective of how much you can reduce the recoil if you seek out to do that. So my thought on this is we're probably going to have an easier time if we use slugs. At least that's my thought. We're not going to go out of our way to do this quest, though. We're going to go and do the informant part. What's the stipulation of that one? Peacekeeper, where are you? Probably just find... Is it just find him? Do I have to find him and extract, or just find him? I could look in the wiki to be certain, but I know where he is. I guess we'll just find out as we go. Because I've seen this guy's body multiple times on this map. So I know exactly where he is. By the way, the informant's dead. Spoiler, I know, but he's dead. He's not coming back. We got a little bit of room for stuff. Let's put the cigarettes in there. What do the matches trade for? Let's see if we can get a good trade for that. I mean, you can always use these because Magpul stocks aren't bad. And I like the canned sight. What does he want? 3 matches? Alright, we'll go for it. This is probably 2 matches. It's probably good. It gets rid of some of the matches, I guess. What else we got? We got all this toilet paper. Toilet paper we should just sell because there is a trade involving it. But you need a lot of soap to make that happen. So we're probably going to sell all those. We'll keep that around. As a matter of fact, I'll just stick that on a Glock because it is supposed to be for a Glock. There's a Glock. There you go. What else we got? Tape, I'd like to save. Cord. The cord might not trade for anything. Let's see. Actually, cords tend to trade for stuff. We got... There you go. So, but we can't use it because it's for not American weapons. But that would be a good suppressor for us to pick up. Although he wants cord and cigarettes, which I don't have enough cigarettes. I only have 1. So we're gonna have to forego that. Oh, what other trades were there? More suppressors and this. Okay. I also have to put this somewhere, so I'm just gonna stick that there for now. Well, I might have, yeah, there we go. You have a little bit of room places. Alright. Gunpowder I'm going to want to keep. Wrench I don't think has many trades going for it. We're going to sell that. So where's my pile of selling? So we're going to sell all this stuff. That's going to go in the ammo box. Just what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make... get rid of all this stuff, and then I can move the stuff that's in the bag. I can move the bag out, and then you can move this, and then it'll be easier to just move stuff around. So sell all this. I do need to make room for this. You know what we'll do? After we sell this, we'll move the Grizzly. Does this fit in here? It might. And then we'll move another weapon over, and then, yeah, that'll do it. Alright. I'm going to go to Ragman because I think I still need... I don't know for sure because I haven't got him to level 3 yet. I need to be level 30 to get that going. Otherwise, be able to sell everything to him. Okay. Probably going to sell the weapons to Peacekeeper so we can get our dollars back up. So... let's do what we were planning to do. So move the Grizzly back. Grab the rifle. Put it there. Grab that. Put it there. Sell this. I hate the VP209s. I don't like keeping them around because you can get confused with the other AK variants because it uses the same magazine. So I always sell these, even like early in the game, unless I'm absolutely desperate for money, for weapons. That is, I always sell these. And I'm also going to sell the AK here. Although it does have ammo. Let's see what the ammo is. that back. What ammo do you have? BP, alright, that's alright. That's alright ammo. Let's put the ammo away while we're talking about it. So BT there. And BP, I don't know if I have any BP. Oh yeah, I do. Okay. BT and BP are alright ammo. They're not the best in the game, but they're not bad. Now we'll sell that. I might sell the Tokarev too. I don't want to mess around here. And we'll sell the cord as well. Yeah, then that will probably do it. I could probably make room for all the rest of the stuff. We still want to get this gunpowder in there because gunpowder is kind of a rare item. There we go. Gunpowder. But yeah, we'll sell these two items and then move. I like Tokarevs, but I just don't have room for this stuff right now. I've been mostly successful, I guess, on my runs. I mean, I had a few runs where I died, but I had to keep buying gear, so I haven't really been able to get rid of my stuff as much. Yeah, we'll sell the cord to him too. What the hell? It's going to take time to recover my dollars after that because we were spending a lot to do that quest. But now that the need to spend is gone, we'll be okay. All right. Let's see if we can find room for some of these attachments and things. I don't know if I have room in any of my bags, so if I don't have room here... Oh, you know what? I think I have the need of... I have to look through this stuff, though. Yeah, there we go. Put that on that. And then... we just need one space. Okay. Now, our problem is going to be, and this is where I'm going to have a lot of issues, is switching from the M1A to a shotgun. My shotguns don't take up a lot of space. The M1A is going to take up a ton of space. Let's just do this for a second. I wonder, if you take the mag out, does that make the weapon smaller? It sure does. So where am I going to find the room for all this rig and stuff? Alright, well, first things first, let's grab the shotgun. Put that in our inventory. The big problem with the Remington is I haven't gotten the upgraded magazines yet. Because I need to get to level 30 to be able to purchase them. Now, I can purchase them from the flea market, but it's in inflated prices. And I'm not that far from being able to do it. I'm only 11,000 experience away. So really, one more quest will probably do it. But for the meantime, we're going to be kind of down on magazine capacity. I may end up buying the mag anyway, but... okay, so that should have given me room for this. The problem is the rig, though. How am I going to find room for this rig? I'm probably going to have to sell a whole bunch of stuff. Well, thing number one, I've got a ton of grenades laying around, and I don't really use them all that often. You know what? We'll bring the grenade with. I know I'm not supposed to use non-American weapons. We'll use it in a non-attack way. We'll just throw it. Hey, it's crap. Throw it. It'll give us a little bit of strength experience. So we'll just throw that as soon as we get into the raid next time. And be done with it. Probably the easy thing for me to sell is these one-use bandages. I have a ton of them, and I'm not going through them very fast. So I'm going to go through here and just... it's going to take me a minute, but... we'll find a room. And if I could clear this out, then that's enough room for a rig. As a matter of fact, we can do this. Okay. I have a lot of medicals just like in all these. There we go. More. So we can put the morphine here. Move that over. Salua. So we're only like one thing away from getting enough room here. So we just need to find the condensed milk. I should probably check to see if 3 buys anything or sells anything or whatever. Okay, so all that's in between me and success is a Singer's Salua kit, huh? There, we did it. Where is the room? Yeah, there we go. The depths I go to make room for things. Okay. Rig. Go there. Now, in theory, we want to remove all that ammunition from the mags, but I'm not going to have you guys sit through that, so we'll just get rid of what's ammo's here. Put that in a safe place, and I'll clean that up later. Okay, so we got all these bandages I'm going to sell. It's just one of those things where I don't sell the medicals that I get often, and they just take up a lot of space. That's why I have 2 medical containers, but hey, I don't know. It is what it is. Okay. Now, I think I have buckshot in this thing, and getting a headshot with buckshot is doable, but it's a little tougher. Not sure if I want to stick with it or not. First thing I'm going to do, though, is let's see about that magazine. How much is it going to be? So we got a 10-shotter. Look at how inflated that is. If I could buy it, which I need loyalty level 3 to buy it, it'd only be, let's just round that up to 2,700. This guy's looking for 4,200. They take advantage of the fact of people that have lower loyalty settings, that's what I was going to say, or ratings, that they can't buy it. And look at this is even worse. I hate it. I'm such a spendthrift. I hate spending extra money on stuff when I don't have to. You know what? Let's just go with the little shotty. No, we have to do that. Because I can't get enough room for this. Maybe we do that. I think we can do it. We can make the room for it. Let's do this, because it takes up an absolute ton of space. There we go. Actually cleared up space. I don't know if we're going to get a headshot with this thing, but it will be fun to use. Let's go ahead and insure it, because why not? And we'll fill it up with buckshot. I think that'll give us a better chance of maybe getting that headshot. We have to do the annoying thing with the shotgun, though. Try and load it. Okay. Oh, we have an extra splint I need to get rid of. Not sure I have the... Oh, there we go. We made room for ourselves. Okay, I have plenty of buckshot, so that's not going to be a concern. Put a 20 stack there. And put a 20 stack there. And then we need to fill up the shotgun itself. So 1 there. And 1 there. Well, more than 1 there, but, you know, it is what it is. And then I made this all. Oh, you got to order it. Okay. So we only got 5 shots in the shotgun. But it's a little stubby shotgun. It's going to be fun. Okay, I think we have everything. So let's go down our checklist, right? Make sure that we're not forgetting something. All right, so check. Things that are insured that we want to have insured. Yes. We have ammunition for the weapon we're using. Yes. We have medicals. Yes. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all we need. Because we don't have a quest where we need an item, so that would be the other thing to check. Oh, we have a bag. That's a check. Rig we don't need. We kill somebody, we can steal one. Although, we'll be nice and blue for everybody because we don't have a rig covering it. So we're not going to necessarily be stealthy. We've got bright blue, hey, here I am armor. I know why the UN does that, because the peacekeepers are supposed to be, you know, obvious, right? Because they're, in most cases, peacekeepers are not really actively supposed to get involved in fighting. They're just supposed to be there to, like, kind of separate people and bring aid and what have you. Which is why they wear bright blue armor and they paint their vehicles white. Because they're not supposed to be actively involved. Usually when the UN peacekeeping mission gets involved, this is kind of getting into politics, they'll only get involved if both sides want them there. So that usually means that both sides have an intent to talk. Maybe certain factions of the two sides don't want to talk and the fighting continues. But the idea is the people are ready to talk. All right, let's escape. So yet again, we're on shoreline here. because that's where the quest dictates we go. I expect a lot of people on this map, so we'll see how that goes. This is not the best weapon for where we are. Definitely not. But hopefully it will be fun. That's all you can hope, really. I didn't look at what the foregrip was. How good it was. But we're running whatever. This is the thing I got from a quest. Mechanic gave me this to me when I was going through the gunsmith quest. So I didn't set this up myself. But it's a fun little gun here. It does have a laser, which we'll probably turn on. Lasers are kind of a double-edged sword. They can help you with hip firing, but they also let people know where you are if they see the laser. But we have one, so we're going to use it. You can't give me a laser and not have me use it. I got it. It's just the rules. So as you can see, got our bright blue outfit, shouting everybody, "We're here!" But hopefully after this one, I'll be to level 30, which will unlock 2 of my quest givers. And after this quest, all I have to do is one of these quests. I should have my reputation up high enough that I get Peacekeeper to level 4. So that'll be fun. Alright, turn on the laser. Laser? Control T. Why is that not working? My laser's not working. This is a laser that should... I mean, this is a flashlight that should have a laser attached. Where am I? Oh, I'm by the weather station. That's not where I want to be. For my quest, anyway. Shit, where do we run that we don't get killed, though? I was about to run that way, but then I realized that's open field where we could just get killed from a distance. If we want to go to the weather station, that's an excellent. I didn't mean to emphasize, I didn't mean to say it excellent, but yeah, that's what we said, so we're going to stick with it. Well, it goes with my mouse emote. If you're a sub of mine... There we go, now it's working. There we go, now we got the laser. I don't know why it wasn't working before. It was like, it wasn't counting that I had the control key held in, even though I definitely had it held in. Yeah, if you're a subscriber of mine, the emote you get is called Mouse Egg, because I purposely, when I designed, the idea was 2 4-hour chunks, but I had a little bit of delay there, or we went a little long, and I want to have at least a 2-hour video for my YouTube, so we got another half hour. I do see a scav up there, but the chance we're going to get a headshot with this thing from this distance is not really. So we'll probably end up going like 5 hours here, close to it, which is fine. It's kind of a special event today. That's a resort, which I kind of don't want to go to. I mean, it might be fun to go to the power station because there can be some kills, but I definitely see a sniper scav, and we're going to be at a disadvantage for that kind of fight. I'm trying to think, like, what's the best way to go here? Like, I think there are going to be scavs down the terminal over there. But I don't know that area all that well. So I kind of hate going there, but I'm afraid if I go this way, I'm going to run into a player. So I guess we're just going to go that. I mean, we got a real bad spawn for where we want to go. And it's a very unsafe spawn, too. But thanks, Leo, for keeping me in check here. I like Tarkov. There goes my voice. I like Tarkov, though. But that my voice going out there is probably a good indicator I've been streaming a little too long. It's down this area where scavs can be. My problem is I don't know how I get close to him. Because I'm going to need to get close for this thing to be a headshot. Okay, it's going to be tough not to run into players here because we're going like right where everybody likes to go. And again, I don't know this area all that well. Oh, is there not a way across the river here? Yeah. I may have to go down to the power station just for that. Oh no, it looks like we can get across. No, I don't have a life. I don't have anywhere to go, Ursi. I'm sure my family is doing stuff for July 4th, but they live kind of a distance away from me. And I didn't hear anything from them, so... I mean, they are within driving range. I don't mean the golf sense of that. I don't know why my head thought of golf when I said driving range, but... there's one. See if we can sneak up on him. Headshot! That guy doesn't look like he's had a good time. But like driving a car. Yeah, I've never searched this building before. Like this is just a part that I never go. Now, did that count? Yeah, I counted. Cool. Listening, it's raining, so it's really tough. Oh, big lag. I hate that. I could go out to a peak and I got the biggest lag spike ever. So if there's other scavs in the area, they know I'm here because I just popped that one. And there's players in the area that definitely know I'm here. Shit. We gotta get out of here. That's a player. He did hit me. I don't know where to run. But he's not going to see me. I don't want to cross the river. But I feel like I'm running in a way he can see me. I don't know if I hit him at all. That sniper scav's going to light me up. F, F, F. Please top off our shotgun here. We are not designed to fight that dude at the distance we were at. So we're just getting out. But we did get a headshot with a shotgun. I'm pretty proud of that. We were able to get the sneaky going. Sneak up on that scav and pop him in the back of the head. Now, I don't know. Did it just say headshots or was it scav headshots? I have to double check that on the quest. If it's just headshots, then that means anybody, but... I guess that's a good thing. Makes it a little easier because it's 15, man. 15 headshots with a shotgun. That's going to be tough. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, my wife is off today, so we might do something. Watch a movie or something. Watch some fireworks. There was a lot of fireworks yesterday. I don't live that far from downtown Cleveland, so they usually do fireworks. If not the city itself, the stadium. And when I say stadium, I mean the Indians, Cleveland Indians, which is a baseball team for those of you that are not into sports ball, which I understand. Because right now is baseball season. Although it's raining, so I don't know if they have a game, but they might still do the fireworks. Yeah, he did tag me in the stomach there. Armor probably kept me together. He did ding my armor a bit, though. I don't know if I hit him at all. I did shoot at him, but at that range... Yeah. Well, if you want specifics, baseball, but... Which is probably my third favorite sport. I do get a little into sports. as far as watching them, not playing them. My favorite is hockey. But there's a stipulation here, right? One of the reasons why baseball is not one of my top favorites is because hockey and basketball are my two favorites. So hockey, then basketball, right? The reason why I like hockey and basketball is because it's a good one to be there in person. Basketball and hockey are great, especially hockey. Hockey, I think, is one of the greatest experiences, like, for you to be in person. I thought there might have been somebody in there. I think we popped him in the legs, but we're dead as hell. He must have heard me coming. Although I didn't think I made that much noise for him to be, like, sitting there ready for me. But we did walk on the porch, which makes a wood noise, so he probably did hear that. Dr. Phil! Baseball, on the other hand, is the opposite. Baseball is better to watch on TV. So that's why it's a little lower on my list. Because baseball, it's really easy to get distracted and lose attention on what's going on. But when you're watching on television, the commentators actually help a lot. See, and this is one of those situations where I don't know where this damage got applied. Now, we knew we headshot that one guy, and a head is 35 damage. Now, we may have hit him in other places, but let's just assume the only thing we hit was his head. So 35 damage of that is headshot. Now, we had two guys that we ran into, right? I don't know about the one guy if I hit him at all. At that distance, the spread of the shotgun with that short barrel might not have touched him. And I don't know how good my accuracy of my shot is. So we might not have hit him at all. And one of the problems with the shotgun is we had 2 shots, but we had 7 hits. Well, there's 8 pellets per shot, and each pellet counts as a hit. Now, the one guy that we shot at the end there, he was wearing armor. I'm fairly certain of that. He didn't have it on his head, so if I'd headshot him, he would have died. But I saw the armor, so I went for his legs. In retrospect, that was the wrong call. I should have gone for his head. We would have gotten a quicker kill. We might have killed him before he was able to kill me. Anyway, so I think what I did is some of the pellets hit him in the stomach, and some of them hit him in his legs. So that's where we get the absorbed by the armor, and then the rest was to his body or his legs. I'm sorry. Well, that's because we don't really watch field hockey. It is a sport here, but it's not really considered to be a major sport. So when we say hockey, we talk about ice hockey typically. That is a good point, though. You guys in Europe, I think, make more of a distinction about it. All right. No, it said I only fired twice. What? I fired 3 shots. Oh, that other shot I fired didn't count. So that's right there is latency. Okay? So that guy that killed me, on my screen, I shot before he shot me. Not according to the game. Because I had 2 shots according to the game. So that 3rd shot I fired did not count. So this damage was on the other guy that I saw. The guy that popped me in the stomach. That was who that was applied to. So the guy that we encountered in that house, it wouldn't have mattered where I shot him because he got the shot off. According to the game, he got it off before I did. And that's just a matter of latency. Sometimes what you see on the screen isn't what really happens. Oh, I didn't show you guys the bonus for the headshot. Oh, well, I think it was like 100. That's a little unfortunate how that went down. We did get a headshot, though. So now, we don't need to run that UN armor anymore. We can run whatever we want. I really don't have any other armor, though. I have helmets. I have the kill armor, which I'm not going to bring. There's no way in hell I'm bringing that. Not with a shotgun, anyway. What do we want to run? I'm bummed out. That was a nice shotgun. I would have liked to have done better with that one. When I went in that house, I thought there was a good possibility there was somebody in there, and I kind of was ready for it. He just was ready for it, too. All right. Let's think about what we want to do here. We got enough time for another run here, and I would like to finish this quest line if I can. We could do a light run with just like a basic shotgun, like maybe we run with this shotgun here. It's probably going to be junk, but I'd like to see how good it does. I didn't get a lot of looting done either. Like, we really didn't... Like, I ended up in a bad spot just from the spawn location. Sometimes that happens to you. I can pretty much guarantee you that guy looted my shotgun because that's kind of a nice shotgun. And I don't think he had anything else that would have made him not want to take it. And I had a nice big backpack anyway. So if he didn't have room for it in his bag, I just gave him room for it. So one of the things that is actually a strategy in this game is you can purposely take or not take a bag just so that if you die, it makes it harder on your enemy to loot you. Because if he already has 2 guns, he's going to have to drop one to pick yours up. If he already has armor and he can't make room for it in his bag, he's going to have to drop his to pick yours up. So you can give your enemy a little bit of a harder time if that's what happens. All right, pop that in there. Pop that there. Grab one for there. Grab one. Oh, we already have one in there. All right. This is nice and easy to set up. And I think besides the bag, I don't need anything else. I don't really have armor, and I don't want to spend any money on armor. We already have spent a lot of money today. I am getting through these scab backpacks, though. Medicals were still okay. We used some of this, but it's still good enough in my regard. Oh, I still have cash in my pocket. Just pull that out and put it in here. Okie dokie. Let's go again. Hopefully we get a better spawn in this time. The shoreline. 1 o'clock. That was a decent amount of player action, though. We got a shot on one. We kind of lost the latency battle on the other. Even if we hadn't, though, we still would have died. I don't think the leg shot would have killed him. That was a bad call. I should have face shotted him. And again, I didn't read my quest. I don't know if it's you have to headshot scabs or just headshot anyone. He didn't have any armor on his head, so that would have killed him. He did have armor on his body, though, I think. It's hard to tell sometimes with rigs, but I'm fairly certain he had body armor. Pretty good body armor from what it looked like. But again, sometimes rigs can be misleading. You see somebody, it looks like they have armor, and they really don't. They just have a rig that's like a bigger rig or something. And we got a kill on that scab, but we couldn't loot him because there were players descending on us. Maybe I should have stuck it out and fought that dude. But I had a feeling what he was going to do. And this is just like a gut reaction to that. What he was going to do is just... He was either going to run himself, or he was just going to camp that. Because I was in a building. And one of the issues with getting caught in a building is the guy can just camp the exit and wait for you. So in that situation, you either have to go out the back door if it exists. If you don't have a back door, you're in a lot of trouble. Go out the back door as quickly as you can before the guy can get in a position where you can see both doors. Or get his friend to come out and help him. I don't know. He could have had a friend. You know, if you don't get that situation where you can get out quick before he gets that opportunity to get into a good position like that, well, then you have a siege on your hands, and that's not a good advantage position to be in. So you don't want to get trapped in a house. It may sound like a good idea, but it's actually not ideal, because then you're at their initiative more or less. They can come in and rush you, which you might think that's what you want. I'm going to block myself in the house. I know there's only one entrance and exit. I'll wait for them to rush me and I'll kill them. But they can throw grenades in on you, and that's the real problem right there. Oh. Whoops. I had an attachment for a sight. I probably should have put a sight on here. I didn't realize I had put that on there. Oh well. We still have sights. Where am I? Ah, I want to go this way. We're trying to get to where our quest is. If we wanted to run into that sniper scav, that's going to cause me a lot of issues because I have no way to deal with him. This is not going to hit him. But we'll try. Yeah, so we're on the north side of the map. Where we need to get to is the swamp village. That's where the informant is. At least I don't think that the guy with the rebar through his shoulder was the informant. I think we would have gotten our... Maybe he had to search him, which I didn't do. But I'm fairly certain it's the guy in the swamp village because it's related to the cult. And there's like this cult thing in the church over there. So I think it's safe to guess that that's where we have to go. I don't know what to think of these sites. I guess they're better than just nothing, but... This was an attachment I just picked, I looted. The same thing is true with the rail. Okay, looking for sniper scav. Now we got here quicker, so the likelihood of players in front of me, not very high. But sniper scav can always be there, so... we have to close the distance if we're going to fight him. If he's there, I would not want to fight him now. I want to fight him when I get closer. And even then, I don't know if I would want to fight him. Honestly, the village is a good spot for me, which is why I was walking through it, to try and get those headshots, because you have closer range fighting. You just ran into a player, unfortunately. Honestly, when I saw that door, I thought about not going in, because I was like, I don't know if that door is normally open. I don't know that house as well, though, so I couldn't make that judgment call. So I was kind of ready for him, but not 100%, because I wasn't 100% sure that that door was normally open. But it made me suspicious. Maybe I should have taken it slower or something, so he didn't hear me coming. He was right next to the door, though. Like, what's the deal with that? Either he just entered, or he saw me coming. Like, maybe he saw me out a window? That could have been. Maybe he saw me out a window and he was ready for me. Because I think I circled around that house. That could have been what happened. Because I was kind of wondering, like, he was, like, standing right at that door ready for me. I do find it interesting, though, that latency gave him the win. Because usually you have what's known as peeker's advantage, but the guy that comes in the door has the latency advantage over the guy that's sitting there waiting. And I find that odd that his shot counted first. But, you know, with Tarkov, who knows what determines latency. Alright, well, we're on course to get to the swamp village here. Now, where we need to go is not in the swamp village proper, it's kind of off to the outskirt. There's the swamp village. Where we need to go is a house off to the side. So our landmark is the church, right? That's where the... Thought I heard something. Could have just been my own footsteps. I also don't know if I was running around that house. If I was running, that would have given him a real big hint. Okay, so there's the church where the cult likes to hang out. And that's the building where the dead body's in. Yeah, that's all swamp down there, so we don't want to go that way. Alright, slow down a little bit here. Now, after I'm done with this, I'm going to check and see what the quest says. If I have to survive on this one, we'll have to keep that in mind. Okay, I'm fairly certain this is the house that the dude is in. A gunshot. Sounded like in the direction of the village, which is actually bad news. There he is. There's our quest. Now the question is, what does the quest say? Yeah, so this is headshots with us against that. Survive and leave the area. Now that may not be required, you know, in this run, because it's not like we're recovering an item or anything. It's a lot of gunshots. And juice is always good to have. Juice. Don't think there's any other loot in here. Just that body. Okay, so that definitely sounded like it came from the village. So as much as I kind of want to go through the village, we know we may have a player fight on our hands. So it's not a hard quest to do, especially if it's just like, that's it. All I have to do is survive now. If that's the case, this is really easy. Especially as the tunnel extracts right up ahead. Now the question is, where are those gunshots? It sounded like it was over there somewhere. So that could have been anything. That could have been people fighting in the village. Like they came across the scavs in the village. They came across another player in the village. Or they're fighting on Scav Island. Could be a couple players fighting. Could be a player fighting scavs. I really don't know. I mean, that wasn't a ton of gunshots, but it was enough to be concerned about. Kind of don't like the angle I'm coming in here from, but... Okay. So we know scavs can wander, so I shouldn't be too complacent here. Usually the scavs are only in like a couple like set locations, but they can wander. All right. I should have cleared the house first. What am I doing? All right, toolbox. Yeah, I'm not excited to use that M1A more. I think I'm gonna like that weapon. I'm not like gonna actually buy them and buy the magazines fairly easily. I think that's just gonna make it better. I'll take the raid. We got 2 cans of raid. This must have had a roach problem. We already checked the coat. Damn birds always see the movement of the birds and you're like, ah! My light, I think, just flickered on me. My lighting, I need to get better lighting for streaming. Doesn't like, it flickers sometimes and kind of pain in my ass. Okay, I don't hear anybody in here. We're gonna want to look for bodies, though. If we do see them, then that means that we need to be careful. Scavs can hang out on the road, so we should check that. Looks clear. More money here. Come on, search. Nothing. Nobody's in here. Damn it! I could hear him moving around. There might have been 2. They knew I was in there. That sucks, man. They knew I was in there. And I think there may have been 2 of them, because I don't know how the other guy was making those noises. So I was screwed there. So those were the gunshots I was hearing, was those 2 guys. And they must have known I was in there, either because they could hear me or what have you. And I think one was in the back room making all that noise. And then the other one was like coming around. So there was a door right there. If I hadn't moved, I would have been screwed anyway. The only way I may have been safe is I've run out the front door, but they could easily have chased me down. Man. We did hit him, but he had heavy armor. Like, I had no chance there. He had a helmet. He had heavy armor. We barely did anything to him. I'm getting hosed by players, man. Now, you could have argued that I should have known better that the players were in that area because I heard the gunshots. But how did I know they were going to go there? Especially a high-geared player like that. Most high-geared players don't go through areas like that. Not to saying that they wouldn't, but kind of frustrating because we just threw 2 shotguns away without really doing a whole lot. And I knew they were players too because of the way that they were. If that was a scav, he would have come around faster. Yeah, that's a nice Big Trouble in Little China quote there. I mean, I don't think you're necessarily going for that, but there's a scene where they talk about the colors that never run or whatever. Oh well, I mean, we did the challenge. We had some rough luck there at the end, but it's all right. And that's the thing that I need to teach myself. Sometimes I get frustrated with this game and I get angry, and that definitely happened at the beginning of the stream. In the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter if you die. That's kind of the whole point of the game. Yeah, I lost a lot of money in this run. But I can get it back. It's not too hard to get it back. It takes time to get it back is just kind of the frustration. You have to grind a lot to get it back. And then I think we had some bad luck, but I'm actually not too surprised with that because it's a holiday. A lot of people are going to be off. There's a lot of players, and obviously in those last couple runs, players with a lot of gear. It can make runs challenging. I just kind of was surprised to see players like that running through the village, right? I also am surprised they knew I was in there. It's like they were acting like they knew I was in there. And I felt like I covered my tracks pretty well, and I did look out the windows. I mean, maybe they saw me through the window at some point. But, like, that seemed like a long-term come in. Maybe they didn't know I was there until they got up on the building. Or maybe they saw me from a different direction. Like, they saw me from behind, and then they came in to track me down. Although they took their sweet time at it. I don't know. Like, to be totally honest with you, I don't think those guys were very good. Like, if they were looking to hunt me down and kill me, I don't think they were stream sniping. I mean, they could have been, but I don't think so. If I was highly geared, I would have had them. Because they let me know they were there. Like, big time. Like, all that stomping around and stuff. I knew there was somebody there. Now, I don't know if there was 2 of them or not. But that guy that was outside the door, I would have had him. If I had good gear. If I had the kind of gear they had, I think I surprised him, honestly. I mean, he was there for the shot, but I don't think he expected me to go out that door. I think he planned to go through the door himself, but he didn't expect me to rush out the door. So if I had had good armor, I think I would have had him. If I had had a better weapon, not a shotgun, I think I would have had him. So they went about that in a bad way. It's just that they got lucky and that I had very little gear. In my opinion. So I don't think we can be too mad at ourselves for what happened there, because I don't think there's anything I could have done with what the situation was. I think that was more for them to lose than me to lose. Oh well, it happens. It's part of the game. You move on. Honestly, I would not have come in with a shotgun like that if I didn't have the quest to do so. This quest is going to be frustrating, and that's kind of the problem with this game. Is the quests they get to a certain point where they stop being fun. The early quests are all right, and you kind of need to do them. But at a certain point, you get to where you just want to stop doing the quests, especially as you don't kind of need to do them. Like, let me give you an example here. So the one with the headshot shotgun, I don't need to do that because if I go to the traders, if I go to Peacekeeper, reputation requirement to getting him to level 4. is 0.6. I'm at 0.54. What is my quest reward for finishing the quest that I just set out to do? So the coal. 0.6, 0.06, so I'd be at 0.6. So once I'm done with this quest, and all I have to do to complete it is survive a run in the shoreline, which is not hard to do, and I'd eventually get anyway, I don't need to do any more of his quests. The only reason I would do them is because you can unlock certain things, and for the experience, to continue to level up. Those would be the only reasons I want to do them. But like something like this, where you have to get 15 scav headshots with shotguns. This is kind of a frustrating quest to do, and just would take me doing it over and over and over and over and over again, probably at down times in the middle of the night to be successful at it. This would take a long time, and I don't know, like at a certain point it kind of becomes unfun because it's forcing me to go in with certain gear. Kind of like the mission I just did where I have to go in with the UN armor and what have you. It kind of gets to a point where you don't want to keep doing it. And it's like, I don't have to do it because I'm going to level him up to level 4 at a certain point. I mean, maybe down the line, the spa thing will start rewarding you with more unlocks of gear, but I don't really need to do that. And the same thing is true like with Prapor, right? Prapor, what is his requirements to get him leveled up? I need to be level 33, so that's where the experience comes in. But reputation, I've knocked the reputation out of the park because I've done a ton of his quests already. I've already spent well more than I need to for the money to unlock him. So I'm already there. All I have to do is get to level 33 and I've got him to level 4. I've got him to level 4 and that's as high as you can get. So there's no reason to do any more quests, again, outside of the experience. So with that being said, if I look at what his tasks are, this quest here, right? Kill 15 scavs in woods using a 12-gauge shotgun. Again, this is frustrating because woods is a map where players go on with sniper rifles and snipe you. And they camp all the areas where the scavs spawn. So to get a kill against a scav with a shotgun, you have to be kind of close range because that's the ideal range for shotgun. So you have to expose yourself to all the snipers. This is just extremely frustrating to do. Kill 15 PMCs on shoreline, you must wear a balaclava and a scav vest. This heavily limits what kind of gear you can go in because a scav vest doesn't have much room for magazines. So you can't go in with many reloads. So unless you're going to go in with, again, a sniper rifle or something like that, a shotgun perhaps, where you don't really need magazines, again, you're severely limited and you have to kill 15 PMCs. This is going to take a long time, especially as you can't bank on PMCs showing up. Yes, I ran into PMCs today, but maybe tomorrow I won't run into any. So this would take a long time to do. You have to turn in 10 knives. This one's not that hard to do. That's a lot of stipulations for one quest, right? Now, the quest kind of pays out a lot, but in the end, am I going to end up doing this quest? Probably not. I've kind of started doing the quest, but it's going to get to a point where this quest stops being fun and becomes a grind, and I'm probably not going to do it. And I don't need to do it. So that's kind of the problem where the quests are right now, is it gets to a certain point where the quests become so difficult to do that they're not fun anymore. And the reason why I'm doing the quests is so that I can have fun, because I'm trying to unlock stuff. So it's going to get to a point where I just stop doing these. Especially with the wipes. There's going to be a wipe on our next update, so everything I worked so hard to get here is going to be wiped away, so why bother? Just get them to level 4 and then I'm done. I probably won't do any more of these quests. So that's, you know, that's kind of where it's at. So this one Peacekeeper mission, I probably never do it. Especially as you have multiple of these cult missions I can do afterwards too. And again, I'm going to be at the point where I'm going to have him to level 4 anyway. So yeah, I probably won't do it. If I had started playing as soon as the wipe happened, there would probably be a greater chance that I would seek out these missions. But I waited a while coming into this, so that's kind of why. All right, we're gonna wrap things up here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed on YouTube, and I'll see you next time. Bye.